What did you think of your wet welcome today?
Very good. I thought they were very nice coming out in all that rain.
Yeah, it was great.
Did you enjoy the rain?
Yeah, well, funny standing there in your new coat.
Soon as they got soaked, though, you know, we didn't mind, did
We'd like to pay a tribute for you coming on the open cart in that truck round, because the kids have been waiting all night and they appreciate it.
Well, they deserved it, didn't they, waiting all night?
I hope you were wearing drip-dry clothes, were you?
No, we thought it was going to be sunny.
George,
who
selected the name the Beatles, and how did you derive this particular name with
Well,
the
I think
BEA instead of
John
BEA?
got the name Beatles
In a vision,
ages ago, you know, when we needed a name and everybody was thinking of a name, and he thought of Beatles.
Why the BEA instead of the BEE?
Well, actually, you know.
Well, you know, if they left it with BEE, it was hard enough getting people to understand why it was BEA, never mind.
Paul, what do you expect to find here in Australia?
Australians.
You're going to be surprised. Do you have any acknowledged leader of the group?
No, not really.
We heard you stood on the balcony outside, is that right? We heard you stood on your head on the balcony outside.
No, you don't have to hear some rumours.
You didn't stand on your head.
How do the tickets go in Hong Kong? Did you get full houses there?
I think so.
Yeah. No, a few 5 quid seats.
Yeah, 5 quid less. Yeah, they were a bit hot, weren't they?
I would heard it. I would see me in for 5 quid.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't say anything.
You for 2 bob.
John, has the Mersey beat changed since you've been playing it?
Oh, well, we still keep on saying there's no such thing as Mersey. It's something the press made up, you know.
Well, what do you play the same way now as you did?
Just rock and roll, just so happens we write most of it.
Has Buddy Holly influenced your music at all, John?
He did in the early days, obviously, you know. But, no, well, not obviously, but he knew he was one of the greats, you know.
So did James Thurber, though, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, but he doesn't sing so well.
Have you been practicing up your Australian accents?
No, Colin, not at all. We can't get it, you know.
Do you think you'll be writing any songs with Australian themes when you're here?
No, we never write themes about anything, you know. Just write the same rubbish all the time.
You play the kind of music you want to play, or the kind of music you think people want to hear?
No, we've been playing this kind of music for about 5 or 6 years or something like that. It's just rock and roll, you know. It just happens we write it.
Well, what do you think made the difference that suddenly put you up above the other groups?
Well, we got a record contract.
Speaking of records, what record do you all agree on, generally, as your best recording? Not the best solo, but as the best recording musically.
I mean, our favourite.
Well, we always like the one we just made, don't we? So it's long as it's that we can do.
This is your latest one?
Well, it's quite new, you know.
I like. It's not even the same. Sorry. I like You Can't Do That.
What do you like, Jimmy?
What about you, Jim? You haven't said anything.
Yeah,
How do you
I
feel,
like
Jimmy,
that.
being in with the Beatles?
Pardon?
How do you feel being in with the Beatles, the newcomers, standing in for Ringo?
It's a good experience, man.
How is Ringo?
He's much better. He joins them on Sunday.
What do you do then?
I go back to London and they're fixing up a band for me, and I do some television.
And he's away?
You've been progressing pretty well with your Beatle haircut.
Yeah, well, I've been growing it for about 3 months. But
How long does it take to get a magnificent mane like this?
I don't know, I can't remember being without it.
Do you ever go to the barbers, John?
No, you know, I haven't had my haircut since the film. The woman on the film cut it good, but I don't trust anybody else.
This is the film Beatlemania, is it?
No, it's not called that. That's another story.
Hard Day's
Night, it's called.
Are you satisfied with the finished product?
Well, it's as good as anybody that makes a film who can't act, you know.
Are you individually millionaires yet?
No, that's another lousy room. I wish we were.
Brian Epstein, a millionaire.
No, even he's not one, poor fellow.
Where does all the money go?
Well, a lot of it goes to Her Majesty.
She's a millionaire.
If there are only 3 things you could do in Australia, what would they be?
Well, I don't know, really.
Let's go home.
Well, I've been talking all the time.
First of all, I think I'd like the tiny kangaroo dance sport. Yeah. Then,
Well,
Summer Ride. Yeah.
After that, you know, who knows?
Is there anything you especially want to see apart from some sunshine?
Yeah, I fancy
Don't care.
Really? Is he going down to
I don't know.
Well, we'll
kangaroos and all that, dingoes and all that. Dingoes, he's coming on Sunday.
Most Australians haven't seen
Bongo.
that.
Ringo.
Are you going out tonight?
Don't think so.
I'm not.
Well, a chance to, I suppose.
Well, you're considered the
No
baby.
social life, what?
Paul, you're considered the baby of the Beatles. Why is
You've
this?
got no teeth.
Even though
Even
I'm 12 years younger than that. I'm not
But
thinking.
everybody considers you baby or baby-faced or
Thanks
baby
very
of the
much.
group.
Thanks very much. I like you too.
Paul, you're going to have a birthday shortly, but you don't expect to get any presents from the boys, I hear.
Oh, no, well this is the thing, you see. It started, I got one for my 21st. Then whose birthday was after that? Ringo's.
We forgot.
And we all forgot. Well, it was hectic, you know, we forgot. And it's not as important for your 28th, is it? No, but it's just happened now that we just don't do it now. And then it was my 21st, and the fellows kindly forgot, has it? We forgot, yeah. So I hope they forget, because I'm going to feel terrible if they don't. Yours, Thanks.
Well, Paul got me a Wimpy and a Coke for my 21st.
Mind you, that was back in 39. They were more expensive.
Will you be writing any poems while you're here?
I don't know, you know, if I get a chance to just, if I feel like it, you know. Just,
Paul, you won't mind us asking you this question, I'm sure. We read that there was some adverse comment in England about a couple of you fellows taking the girls on a holiday. How did you react to this? What did you think of this? What's your point of view? People here would like to know.
Narrow-minded. That's all I thought. That's all I can say.
thing is, you know, they either go out with girls and get talked about, or don't and get talked about more, don't they? Sticking up for them, you know.
John, your book's been a great success, and some people say it reminds them of The Goon Show, and some people say it reminds them of Finnegan's Wake by James Joyce. Have you ever heard The Goon Show? Have you ever read Finnegan's
I've
Wake?
heard The Goon Show, most of them, yeah, because I had a lot of time at home when that was going. I've never read Finnegan's Wake. And some other fellows just mentioned somebody else. It's like so many people. I've never heard of them. Leacock, is it?
Leacock.
Leacock.
John, talking about the Goon Show, what do you think a bald-headed Beatle would look like?
Well, he looked like a fellow with no hair to me.
How do you think he'd make a living?
Well, there's some in America. There's a group of bald heads. You know, they don't stand a chance on earth, if you ask me.
Talking about your book, John, did you entirely write your book, or were you given help? Did you actually write it?
No, I mean, no, who's going to help you with a thing like that? No, if I was right, people get ghostwriters for novels and things. Oh, well, I wrote in the beginning. He wrote the intro and helped with a couple of the stories. He was only mentioned on one because they forgot. That's all.
George, did you get any benefit from your trip overseas?
Did I, or do I?
Do you, from your trips overseas?
Yeah. Well,
What did you get?
Well, you see different people, don't you? You see a different place that you wouldn't see if you didn't go on a trip overseas.
Do you enjoy travelling?
No, I don't like travelling, even if it's on a holiday, you know, or anything.
But you don't think
Travelling
you have
bits
much of a chance to
is
get out, do you?
terrible. But all of us like seeing places to get there, but not the travelling.
We're hanging on to the time machine.
Are you very conscious of your responsibilities? I mean, teenagers dwell on your every comment and action. Do you feel very responsible towards this?
No, we just sort of behave as normally as we can, you know. We don't feel as though we should preach this and tell them that, you know, let them do what they like.
You know, we never used to believe it when in the old days we used to open a magazine and it'd say so-and-so doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't go out late. We used to think, well, a bit funny. So I mean, you know, we just act normally and just hope that other people don't think we're a bit funny.
Now, you say you act normally, but how can you? How can you when you're getting so much money, when everywhere you go people are pressing around and you can't see anything?
Well, you know, I mean, normal in the environment we can.
In the environment that surrounds you, like, well, you'll have to solve unless you can't, don't you?
Correct, right.
You originally got started, I understand, you particularly, John, with the Skiffle Group. Now, did this automatically grow into what is now the Beatles, or did this come over a period of quite a number of years?
Over a period of about 6 months, I think, or was it a year?
A bit longer,
I forget, you know. I know I met Paul first, and he sort of joined this sort of group I had, and then George, you know, and gradually changed till it was just us three.
There's a great rumour going around that you only work on stage for about 12 or 14 minutes. Is this true?
We usually do half an hour.
Half an hour.
Yeah.
Two half an hours a night.
Because we've been doing half an hour each show for as long as we've, you know, been sort of at it, except for ballrooms, and we used to do ballrooms.
Isn't it a bit disconcerting when you go on stage and do your numbers and nobody hears them because all the girls are screaming?
Well, it's usually adults who don't hear them, you know, like in Hong Kong, in the paper it said, the Beatles fought a losing battle against the screens. Now, compared with other people, they were quite quiet.
What's your favourite entertainment medium? Would you like best theatre or television? Or?
I like films. That's great. No, you don't mean You mean for us?
For the Beatles, yes.
Oh, I thought you meant for
beg
when
your
we're
pardon?
watching, having been entertained. Oh, well, I don't know, really. I think live shows are pretty good.
But they're all good because you get a change.
Yeah.
So that's the best thing, again, you know, all of them together.
Is it true that you originally auditioned for 2 record companies before you were finally signed by EMI Records?
Yeah, we made tapes for Decca, and I think...
And Pi.
And, yeah, but we
In
didn't actually
fact-
go to Pi.
In fact, EMI turned us down, first of all. You did?
The first
Oh, you may laugh, you may laugh. But
No
you did.
blame him after hearing the tapes.
And then George Martin, he from EMI, he decided to sign us up just himself, you see.
I think I've got on some.
How many records have you got any idea how many records you have sold around the world?
No, I asked for
a
a
rough
thing.
idea.
I asked our publisher to give me
Last
an
time
idea.
I heard it was around about 30 million.
30
Oh, they're big, eh?
I don't understand. Sort of.
Complaining, but you know, so it was raining.
Who owns the Jaguar now? It's Paul, isn't it?
No, it's George.
George.
No.
Do you all read music?
I gave it a
No, none of us.
Comics, we're good at comics.
We're talking about how you do like to be entertained. How do you like to be entertained? What's your bust and holiday?
Films,
Yeah.
Yeah.
shows,
All of you?
nightclubs, cabaret, and things like that.
Any
You go on
important
that
area?
cabaret with that.
Yeah.
Mob.
Yeah.
Well,
don't
no,
like
people don't walk
cabaret.
around in mobs, you know.
Is it true you can go to
outside.
I know, I mean, if you go to a nightclub, you're not going to bump into 500 kids, are you?
this
Yeah,
nightclub in
no,
Liverpool, the Blue Angel? Is that a nightclub you can sort of go to and relax?
Well, it was when we were up there a lot, you know. I don't know. A lot of places in Liverpool have got sort of commercialised, so that people come from all over the place to have a look at them, you know. So I don't know now, I haven't been for years.
Have you played the cat?
Down because you were booked before
We don't have to go anywhere.
Well, I mean, you were booked here, so I can't understand.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, things are booked for us, but they're not booked completely without our knowledge. We're told that there's a possibility you might be going here or there, and if we didn't like it, we'd say,
So you did
to
what?
us next time. We say, yeah, because, you know, it's the place to go.
Great.
What was your Darwin reception like, by the way?
It's very good. We didn't know.
Yeah, it
we
was
were going
3 in the
to.
morning, I think, and we didn't know until we got about an hour away from it.
But apparently the press in down
Apparently.
all day.
Apparently, no, I think they guessed.
Only some fella said that the police have been trying to keep it quiet here all day.
Well, the BOAC spokesman said
Advertising again.
that it wasn't definite, but there was a slight
He's been trying to get one in
possibility.
for hours.
Can I now?
Here he is now.
Fellas, did you enjoy doing the Shakespearean excerpt in your TV show?
Yeah.
What?
Except he made us rehearse for days.
And we still got it wrong.
Would you like to play legitimate Shakespeare?
Yeah.
Can't stand it.
Did you like the costumes?
Yeah, they were good for a laugh.
Odd.
This land up the Owners Moon presents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been
it
liking
did
a lot
as
to the
well.
Marx Brothers. Do you find this a compliment? Do you dig this sort of
Well,
thing?
it's a compliment. Well, not for the half. But, you know, they're funny, aren't they?
When are you going to play the London Palladium?
Oh, we don't know.
What are you all going to do tonight?
Well, we should go to sleep, really. We only had about a couple of hours. But I'm hanging on, so I won't be getting up in the middle of the night trying to order breakfast, you know. So that's what I'm going to do.
We'll probably watch telly.
You're not planning to go out to the nightclub or anything like that?
No.
Have you got an agreement that Jimmy mustn't speak?
Well, he can't answer Jim McLaughlin, you know, these are...
I can't answer questions which, you know, I don't know nothing or anything about.
What's the group you play with in England, Jimmy?
Huh?
What's the group you play with in England?
Well, I played with a lot of groups in England. Just before I left, I was playing with a rhythm and blues band.
You were the Blue Flames, weren't you, for a while?
Yeah, that's right. Well, only for a matter of days. Only till Friday, I only knew that I was doing this on Wednesday, you know.
Does Brian Epstein manage you?
I don't really... No, he doesn't.
I don't really know. You'd know it if he did.
Jimmy, what was your first reaction when you were told that you were going to play with the Beatles?
I couldn't believe it, really.
Did you have to do much rehearsal with the boys to keep their style?
No, we only rehearsed about 5 or 6 numbers, which took up an hour, and then...
And away you went.
Yeah.
In other words, do you have contracts between yourselves?
Well, we've got partnership.
There's some sort of
That's what you
contract.
mean.
No, what I meant
Oh, you mean
possibly
personally,
could
just-
George suddenly decide to leave the Beatles group? Could you do that?
I think we could.
Well,
Of course he could, because I mean we would stop him.
no, you know,
about a contract.
but even
We'd have to make...
Did you enjoy your holidays to Tahiti and the Caribbean, wasn't it?
Yeah.
yeah, it was-
We met one of yours.
some fella came swimming behind me saying, You're having a good time, didn't it?
Yeah. Saying I've come all the way from Sydney.
Yeah, as if it was my fault.
Why did you split up and take your holidays?
Never liked them.
It makes it harder for people across to catch us up before. If we all go together, it's a cinch, going to airports.
And anyway, besides all that, Paul and Ringo fancied going to wherever they went, and I don't know what happened to us. Somebody else gave us the tickets.
What do your families think about all the attention showered on you?
Well, naturally they like it and they're all proud, and, you know, it's just like if you had a son, what was a Beatle, or even if you didn't, you know. You're bound to like it more than any other grown-up.
Do you live fairly close together in Liverpool?
Yeah.
All fellows who work so close together so often and stay and travel together, you must have an occasional argument. So how do you work it out of your system apart from going away on holidays separately?
Well, it's usually two against one or 3 against one.
We don't have serious arguments.
Or whoever can shout loudest. Another one that settles it.
It's reported that the Rolling Stones are big at the Beatles in England. Do you have to comment on that?
Well, it's untrue.
Sometimes untrue things are reported.
Oh, yeah.
Dave Clark was bigger than us last
year.
And Brian Poole the month before.
Records says things like that, disproving, they're not bigger than us, but they're big.
Do you enjoy being the Beatles, as much as you did, say, a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
It's better now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a different way, of course, but it's still marvellous.